touring since the 1st of May, actually since the 30th of April. Yeah, and last week we had our peak time party, so the half tour was over. So now we have approx 25 shows left till September 15th. And yeah, it's a very nice experience to be on tour together. We never had that before in our lives, so it's very new for us. Everything, all the traveling, stages, playing in front of audiences.
Yeah, but we decided to play everything very condensed in a certain amount of time, just not like the usual weekend after weekend thing. I mean, we mostly play weekends, but we really wanted to concentrate the whole thing to have like a real intense experience.
And we share everything during the tour,
like cigarettes, toothbrushes,
underwear, socks.
No, it means Pathfinder and Boy Scouts at the same time. And it comes from a time in the 90s when we started doing design, and everybody was doing pixel-orientated design, and we were basically with vectors, like with a software called Freehand, and we were orientating towards like minimalistic vector design, and that's why it's called Pathfinders or Boy Scouts.
There was an interesting moment in the last days of the making of the album, because in the whole year, I mean, we were discussing a lot in the studio and we had arguments, but we never got mad at each other. So that was pretty. I expected to have more trouble before, but then in the end, when everything got really stressful and kind of like, that was the first time one of us would leave the studio and he was like, "Fuck you," and then
I left
to say that. 2 hours in the kitchen, and then he came back and he was like, "We have to finish this record, come on!" So I don't know, it's like we just wanted to do it. I don't really think all this changed our relationship because we've known each other for such a long time. You know, it's not that we met and we were like, "Oh, let's do a record together." We know since 8 or 9 years, and even like back in the days, we decided to do this record. It just took a long time to actually do it.
It changed us. The record changed us.
Nice. Thanks for agreeing.
I don't think that it's always such a. I mean, it is a personal thing, but at the end of the day, what counts is like the creation or the vision. Either it's visually or either it's music. So this is what unites us. You know, we dig each other's styles in a way. You could say that from like Mode Selector or Apparat or Far From Mirai, we kind of, you know, feel each other or feel the creation of the others. So
I feel you.
I feel you too. I feel your sweaty bum.
And that's actually the difference to the way we worked before. I mean, all of us had collaborated with visual artists before, but it was mostly like improvisation on stage. Some kind of like live jam session. And this time the difference was we just sat together before and we were thinking about the whole thing and made a kind of a concept. So it was meant to be an audiovisual project, and it was meant to be a project between all of us because we always wanted to do something together.
If you look towards all the audiovisual shows, they are mostly very cut up, very like media samples and all that kind of style, and we tried to take the tempo out in a way. The stuff we did before was very accelerating, very, you know, like club kind of style, and this is more, to me, the music and also the visual is more, it's more grown up, it's more epic. From the visual point of view, we were realizing a lot of, you know, in the last 5 years, we did a lot of productions for VJ stuff, and we took like the best ideas and produced them properly for the Moderat project. And so it's like a Einzeichnung in a way of, yeah. Yeah, that was a combination. It was a combination of paper collages, paperworks, and those paperworks, they were stop motion photographies of like just papers on a big like 2.1 meter cardboards that were being moved in separate colors, you know, blue for the ocean and like brownish for the continents, and these were animated and then they were mapped onto like this globe. Like it's a 3D work which consists of like 2D mappings or how you call it, Strukturen, structures, and textures, exactly. And the interesting thing about it that it's a one-shot video, and it consists only of like one camera move around this globe. But it's a combination of paperworks like on the table and 3D.
Right. Well, it looks very cool.
Thanks a lot. To interpret now like a meta sentences or something, some art critic might do that, but we are not so into. We do the stuff that we like, and so of course shadowing is an important thing. If you take a look at the video for Out of Sight, for example, it's inspired by Merzbau of Kurt Schwitters, who did like a constructive building in the 1920s, and he worked a lot with like lightning and sharp edges and stuff. And this is stuff we all dig and we all, you know, are inspired from, and so we transformed it into a modern way, if you want it like that. Or rusty nails, also like the fabric. I mean, it lives also from the lights and from the, you know, moving things, so shadows occur.
Very beautiful.
I can't say now that it's a message or I can't interpret it. Somebody, you know, everybody can see what he wants.
What's the mission, Shari?
The mission is love.
That's
was die
it.
Mütze.
And what's next after the tour is over? Can we expect more from Moderat? Or are you going to be doing more?
We go
of
all
your
together
own?
on holiday.
That was one of the next questions.
Well, I mean, I was avoiding the studio right now. I mean, I had to go a few times, but basically I'm trying to not go to the studio, and I think after the Moderat tour I'm happy to go back to the studio and do stuff. But right now it's kind of hard to
Get it? Because I got the key still.